Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, if you are a wallet guy like myself, if you're a minimalist wallet guy like myself, this might be the wallet for you because this adds in an extra third thing. If you're a bit of a fidgety guy like myself, the Mech Wallet from Puncube, it fits all three perfectly. Now, I saw this when these came out on Kickstarter and I didn't get a chance to join that. I just never got round to it. So Puncube got in touch and asked if I would like to have a look at these, and I actually went, yes please. So let's stop waffling, let's turn the camera around and let's take a closer look. Now, when the Mech Wallet arrives, it comes in this small aluminium. I think it's aluminium. It probably is just tin, but it comes in this. I like it. It's got a nice look and feel to it. I did drop it this morning. I was putting it in my bag and I dropped it. I was like, damn it, I've got a little kink in that. But no, it's a nice little tin. You open this up on the inside. It gives you a little bit of information about how to open this. I do like this bit here. So if you look, there's the kind of the footprint of the wallet. So it shows you how to glide it, and then it says, by the way, if you put your thumb here, it makes it difficult to open it. It's not impossible to open it, but if you push it here from the bottom, then it's the easier way to open it, which I quite like because they're accepting the fact that, you know, there's a I wouldn't even call it a niggle, but there's a better way to be able to open this because they want you to fidget with it. They really do want you to fidget with it. Then on the back here, it shows you about how you can open this and the card capacity. Now, the card capacity on this, I suppose we might as well talk about this now. So the card capacity is 5 to 6 cards. Obviously, you can carry 2 cards in here if you want to, but kind of if you're looking at maximums. If you are carrying cards that don't have embossed cards on them, you should be able to fit 6 in here. If you have embossed cards, then you can fit roughly 5 embossed cards in here. Now, I have 5 in here as it stands. I actually have my real cards in here, but I will show you with some dummy cards when we have a look at it. And then there is also, so some of you may be thinking, well, how are you supposed to fit some money in that? Generally, you don't carry notes in this card wallet itself, but if you wanted to, there is an optional clip that has some sticky back to it. So all you need to do is take the sticky back off, put that on the back. So if you did, or you do still carry cash, sorry, there's a lot of flies around today, so you'll see me wafting a lot. But if you did want to carry cash because you're a cash is king kind of guy, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, that's not a good thing, but still, people still carry a lot of cash. You can take this bit off here and it will stick directly onto there, and then you've got an option for carrying cash as well. Personally, I mean, I do carry cash every now and again. I certainly don't carry a massive amount. I'm reasonably cashless. I do see the advantages of a cashless society. I also am acutely aware of the disadvantages of a cashless society. But maybe that's a conversation for another day. Now, I'm just going to get some cards out of here, mainly because I did mention this. So I do have some cards. So the size of this, let's just take a blank card here, because as I mentioned, my real cards are actually in here. So size-wise, I will put the exact measurements down here at the bottom, but hopefully you can see. So this is a regular card. If I put this on the top here, then you can see it's ever so wider. Actually, it's a little bit wider than a normal card by maybe, say, 4 millimeters on either side and maybe 2-3 millimeters top and bottom. The footprint on this, though, is still what I would consider to be a minimalist wallet, because I suppose if we take a step back, who out there has one of those massive, chunky leather wallets that you've got 50 cards in there, you've got receipts in there from last Christmas, probably the Christmas before, you've got business cards, you've got the kitchen sink, you've got everything in there that you just, half that stuff you really don't need. That's the idea behind minimalist wallets like this. Generally for me, my minimalist wallet adventure started probably about 15-16 years ago. I was looking at smaller wallets because I was carrying too much. it just makes you think, do I need this? No. Okay, let's put that to one side. All those receipts, keep them at home. You don't need them every day. You really don't. It's just a comfort blanket just in case something happens. I got a bit preachy, and it's not supposed to be preachy because we're talking about this wallet, but that's the beauty of these wallets, is the fact that it makes you think about what you're carrying and just leave some stuff behind that you don't need. With this, I take out six cards. No, there are 5 cards in here. So I actually just look at the top then for a second. There are 5 cards in here, and that is all that I need. And I'd say even here, there's probably 2 cards that I don't particularly use all the time. But instead, I carry them with me just in case. All that other stuff, I leave at home. So size-wise, yeah, really small. If you look at it from the side here, if I bring in this stack of cards, so here there's 3, 6, 8, so there are 9 cards there. If I put these 9 cards next to this, you'll see that it is roughly the same width as 9 cards. So I have 5 cards in here, so if I take out 4 of these and put them to one side, actually, I am going to bring one back. The main reason I'm going to bring one of these back is because there's 5 cards in here and 4 of those are embossed. So that's roughly the same size as 6 cards. And if you look at them side by side there like that, the width of the actual aluminium on the side of here is roughly the same as 4 cards, which is super nice. Now the weight on this, you certainly don't need to worry. The material this is made from, these come in 2 versions. There is the aluminium version that I have here, and then there is also a titanium version as well. The beauty of both titanium and aluminium is they're both very robust materials, and they're also very light materials. When this is in your wallet, when this is in your pocket, even thinking that this is a metal wallet, it weighs next to nothing. It probably weighs the same as roughly 9 cards anyway. There are a few different finishes with this, and there are a few different mechanisms in the inside. Now we'll go into the mechanism on the inside in a second, but as far as the different finishes are concerned, the finishes, the mechanism that is on the outside reflects what the mechanism on the inside is. So this one has this really cool kind of industrial look to this. Now when I open this, it goes, here, ratchet then, it's like a, let me put this up to the microphone. You hear that? That is super fidget friendly. It's so cool just being able to, I mean, Mrs. Moorlander hates it, but being able to do that, just sit and fiddle with it, is very cool. Now, so this is the one that has more steps in that, and I say it's a ratchet, it's not. There's little indents on the inside of here that make that kind of ratchety sound. There is one that is very smooth, so when you do this, those indents, there are no indents, there is just open and there's closed. So if you did want to have one of these because you like that mechanism because it looks freaking cool, but you didn't want the clicky noise, then you can have the version that doesn't have that. But then there's also, so this kind of, and I keep referring back to the ratchet. It's not a ratchet, it's just the noise that it makes. So it's something sliding across those indents that makes it sound like a ratchet. But then if you didn't, so on this, there's maybe 6 or 7 clicks before it goes from closed to open. There is another version that's just got 3 clicks, so you've got closed, the middle, and then the top, so it goes kind of click and then click when it's all the way open. So there's a few different versions, but yes, so there's a few different finishes that are on the front here, so aesthetically, but then there are also a few different ways in which this, let me step back, they all open in the same manner, but there are a few different audio cues in the mechanism that's on the inside, dependent on whether you want it to be the noisiest, which this version is, or you can have one that's silent, or you can have one that goes click and then you know that it's open. I will say, as far as the fidget factor of this is concerned, it is ridiculously fidgety. Now I did mention, so I have actually all of the cards. So these are the 5 cards that I carry on a daily basis. Now I'm not going to show you these vertically, or at least I'm going to show you them vertically like this. So in here, these 4 cards, these are all the ones that are embossed, and then here on the end, this is my UK driving license, which is the easiest thing here in the UK for us to carry as a form of ID. So having these in here, what you have to do is, so you push this forward. If you hold this here on the back like you're playing a controller on a computer, but then instead of moving the thumbsticks, you actually push it forward. The mechanism in here, let's take these out for a second again, hopefully so you can't see those. And then through the magic of editing, if you did see those, I'll make sure that you don't. So in here there is a mechanism, and this bit pulls forward, and then on the inside there is something that is staggered. Can you see? Yeah, you can just see in there. So you can see that mechanism that is staggered in there. So as this pulls forward, at the moment it's lying flat against the bottom of your card, but as it pulls forward, this lifts up, if you can see there, and then that splays your cards out so that when you've got it, they all splay out perfectly. So let's bring these back. There's 6 cards, and these are just the blank ones. So there's 6 cards in there. Push that forward, and they all splay out perfectly. It is absolute beauty in motion the way that it does this. I will say as well, so there have been a few wallets in the past that I've been buying something, like when you're out and you're having drinks or whatever, you go to the bar and you open it. And before doing EDC content, I never really got stopped and asked. And I used to watch people make content like, nah, nobody's ever stopped you and gone, wow, dude, that's amazing. Well, they wouldn't talk like that if they were here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands. But anyway, this is another wallet that someone's genuinely, I've had 2 or 3 people stop me and go, mate, what was that? That's cool. What's that? How? And yeah, just kind of asked me about it. And I should have said, here's an affiliate link to Puncube. But yeah, you do get a lot of looks with this. You get a lot of looks mainly because you're sat in McDonald's waiting for something to arrive and you're doing this with it because you're a little bit tarded and people think, wow, that guy's a bit tarded. But generally you get people asking, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Now, what I thought I'd do is, because this mechanism is very similar to a similar mechanism that you get in other wallets. So here is one by Exeter. This works in a very similar fashion where on the inside, let's see if we can see, you might not be able to see this, but this has a similar thing that lifts up like that, so that when you put your cards in, you press the button and they splay out. The difference with this one is in portrait. You press the button and boop, they pop out, whereas with this one it is in landscape, and you press it and it pops out as well. Size wise, as you can imagine, this one has the mechanism here on the bottom. You have to press this in order for it to go up. The mechanism within this is built in the back of it here, so it glides forward as it does. So as far as the length is concerned, the Puncube, the Mech Wallet, is slightly shorter. But if I was to put the extra wallet on the top, do you know what? There's not that much in it. I thought that this one felt a little bit wider in my hand, but there's maybe only a millimeter or 2 in it between the two. Now, shake test on this. It does very well on the, it has ever so slightly come out by maybe a millimeter or so. I do the shake test mainly because people are like, oh, you need to do the shake test. But the shake test, nothing. No one ever shakes the wallet like that, but I know people like to see it. Another small minimalist wallet here from Axwell. Now these are designed, and this is very similar. What's that other one? The one that's ridiculously expensive. The Ridge wallet, very similar. This is exactly the same size as a card, so you will notice that this is a little bit smaller. If I put that on there, you can see there's 2-3 millimeters either side and 3-4 millimeters at the top and bottom as well. So you'd get that with that. The difference with this is that this is already as thick as this. If I put 6 cards into this, in fact, let's put this card back in there, it's no thicker or thinner than it was before. It's still got 6 cards in, it's still roughly 9 cards thick. This has no cards in it, and it is already roughly 9 cards thick. So if I take these out and put them into here, put them in this way because I keep putting them in the wrong way anyway. If I put these into here, now this is roughly twice the width of that. So there's pros and cons to each of these. The beauty of this is you get that fidget factor on there. Now what was the other one that I brought out as well? I also brought out this one. This is from Travax. This used to be my everyday wallet. Again, very kind of similar in size. The Travax Armoured Summit is slightly smaller, top to bottom, left to right, and also, so this one is thinner, but again, so this one is limited by the fact that if you put 6 cards in here, then it lifts and swells. But when you're trying to take cards out of here, you've got to push them out, and it is a little bit clunky. I do love this wallet. I won't have anything bad said about this, although if I did have my hand on my heart, it is a little bit clunky when you're trying to get stuff out of it. The Puncube, bosh, there's your card, you paid for it. Now what I'd say is, so with this, when it fans these out, the fanning of them isn't as wide, or they aren't as spaced out as the extra wallet. That's just an observation. I wouldn't say it's a positive or a negative. It really is just an observation. What I found is, especially when I first got this, I had the cards that I used the most here at the front because I wanted them to face me so that as this opened, I could see them that way. What I've actually found is put the cards in reverse. The card that you use least have at the front facing like you guys now. The card that you use the most have here at the back, because when this fans out, if I open this backwards, here is that big section where you can take that card out. It makes it so much easier to go boop, pay for it, whatever you need to do, put it back in again, and then, you know, you're good. The last thing that I want to mention about this before we finish is just the fact, so the material that this is made from ensures that this is also RFID safe. I was trying to think of the word, then really struggled for the word. If you put your cards in here, if you have this in your pocket. Now I carry this in my back pocket. This really should be a front pocket carry style wallet, mainly because it's tough, it's rigid. But even having this in my back pocket, because it is so slim, I haven't had any issues with this printing into my butt whilst I've been walking. But also knowing if I have to go into the office in Manchester, because there's a lot of crime in Manchester, let's be honest, having this in my back pocket, and if there's worries about people walking past with card scanners, that sort of stuff, whatever's in here is 100% covered, and yeah, RFID safe. So there you have it, the Puncube Mech Wallet. Do I like this? Wallet guy, check. Minimalist wallet guy, check. Fidgety, check, 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 check. Yes. I freaking love this. This is now my daily carry when it comes to wallets. I will add a caveat though, Mrs. Moorlander hates this because I stand in queues going like this. She's like, Rand, please, please put that thing away. So, enjoy annoying your wife, check. Extra value, that is the extra value that you get from the Puncube Mech Wallet. Now if you are a loving husband that doesn't enjoy annoying your wife, maybe consider getting one of the more silent versions with the mechanisms on the inside. If you do enjoy annoying your wife, then just keep doing it, because that's why wives love their husbands, because we are freaking annoying and all a little tarded. That's what we do. That's what we do! Anyway, so bringing the tone back down a little bit there, children, shall we? I do want to say a huge thank you to Puncube that reached out and asked if I would like to have a look at this, my now favourite wallet. Yeah, this is awesome. I will leave some of their links below so that you can see where you can pick one of these up. I'll leave some of my social media links below as well so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical, where we look at a few more kind of tactical things. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi. Oh. Yep, okay, just checking. Let's make sure we're all plugged in, because if you don't, that's where you get in trouble. Hop, 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 hop. My finger's broken. Oh, it's because my moustache. To do that, you need a good air seal, and having a moustache doesn't give you good air seal. Moustache owners, do you find sometimes when you're drinking, because you can't get a good air seal, that you get stuff running down your beard? You know when you watch these films where like Vikings are drinking flagons of mead and like, "Blah, blah," and it's all running down the beard, and you're like, ugh. Vikings were horrible. Look how they drink. Because you're young and haven't got any facial pubes. And then you grow older, you grow some facial pubes, and then you realise that it's the facial pubes that kind of make the beer go down your face. And you're like, does this mean I'm a fucking Viking? I can drink mead and neck it back. Anyway, that was a weird tangent. Sunday today. I hope you've all had a good Sunday. Here in the UK, it's been freaking roasting. I slept with my family jewels pressed against my leg last night and was not comfortable whatsoever. Anyway, that was something that you probably didn't need to know about the Moorlander today. So yeah, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're all good. If you are here in the UK or even here in the Kingdom of the Moorlands, I hope you're all having a good week. I hope you're all not too hot. Hopefully it'll be raining. Let's pray to the old gods that the grey, the snow, the rain and the misery returns so that we can feel British again, so that we can feel one with our Britishness. Anyway, cool. Hope you're all having a good Sunday, and I will see you all soon. See you in a bit. Bye.